So hi, this is Bert again. I am here to play a game. This is the one that Rob told me I should start with. He said it doesn't really require a whole lot of true interaction, you know, pressing the space bar or clicking the mouse repetitively in order to get to the next line. But beyond that, pretty straightforward, just a dating simulator like you're in high school and you're trying to pick up one of these 4 chicks. Which, by the way, I was a teenager in the 80s, so hence the whole workout gear. You've got to impress. Bring something to the table. You've got to impress the ladies. Don't just expect them to come falling all over you like they do in these games, apparently. Because, yeah, he kind of goosed me into trying another game and then had his mother walk in at the most inopportune time. Vengeance will be mine. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into this. Now, this game is, by his titling, he said it was Doki Doki Literature Club. And apparently, Doki Doki is, I guess, kind of like an onomatopoeia. The way we do the thump, 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 thump for a heartbeat. Doki Doki, that's the Japanese version, I guess, of a heartbeat. So, I don't really know anything about this game. Not really. He said it was a good starter game for me, and that I should just get straight to the point, hop right on it. So, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit blah, 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 blah. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I thought this was a dating sim. Highly disturbing content. If that's more porn, we're going to have words. But sure, I agree. Oh, some beautiful music. Game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. I guess we get it. Okay. Oh, this is supposed to be full screen. And I'm supposed to be letting you guys watch me play. Hence the whole let's play. Here it comes. So we return, and here we are. We're at a brand new game, Doki Doki Literature Club, and we've got 4 girls. And apparently these are the 4 we're going to be vying for the attentions of. So let's go ahead and start us a new game. Oh, what is my name? Oh, my name is Bert. It's always weird trying to use your own name in a game, so... we'll just call me the Bertle. I like that, the Bertle. That'll work. Is that a dude or a chick? Hey. I hope I'm doing this right. He said I'm supposed to read the lines and pick voices for characters and stuff. But I can't tell if it's a dude or a chick or what, so that's what you got. It's non-committal. I see an annoying, it's a girl. A girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention that she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. He even has a question mark at the end of that sentence, like, maybe you're buying this? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and frankly, I would get tired of waiting for her. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I'll just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time, maybe. But only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Yeah, I was. Straight up, I was. That's mean, the Bertle. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. She got me on that technically. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, the Birdle, have you decided on a club to join yet? Theoretically, I probably have. I mean, I know the name of this game, but, you know, fourth wall. A club? I told you already, not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That is a handy survival and coping mechanism that can come back to bite you guys. I'm just telling you straight up. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content on just, you know, getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I like this guy. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Oh yeah, because high school is where you really learned how to socialize. No, college is where you learn to socialize. High school is where you learn how to backstab. It's where you pick up all of your drama that you picked up from your mama. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What is a NEET? What does NEET stand for? NEET. New England extraterrestrial. I could become one of those in the next few years because I'm not used to the real world. So I guess therefore I'd be like hiding and stuff. So anyway, you trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her to begin with. I mean, I'm probably twice her size. I could take her. I could take her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Remember that drama we were talking about earlier? Yeah. All right. We're in the classroom. School days is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I wish it passed that quick when I was in school. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. I was in band. I was a drummer, but that was pretty much the only place you could beat on things relentlessly without getting in trouble for it. Actually make a decent grade for it. So, Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sayori, hello. Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in there. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late for your own club, well, I thought you might need some encouragement. So I thought, no what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Because meanie, that's still used in high schools today. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature to begin with. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Yes, you'll run across actual girls like this in the future. I promise you. Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki make cupcakes and everything. Now, I've got these names down because the boy drilled them. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I'll let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Because the weight of a man's heart is through his stomach and she knows it. Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I know that feeling. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Oh God, what does she sound like? Girl 2. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. I think I nailed that. The Bertle. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Although, I don't know. Because I read that warning at the very beginning of this game, I'm already shifting a little weird at the chick on the right here. She's just got that look of, I'll kill you. What are you looking at? I'm looking at the chick who's going to try to kill me. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Wait a minute. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, the Bertle. I don't like this shared past. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Yeah, she's the one that everybody's going for in this game, I imagine. Basically completely out of my league. Yep, that's the one you're aiming for, I guess. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monica. Come sit down, the Bertle. We made room for you at the table so you can sit down next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I just got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a little awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Safe bet. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. There's a dozen. There's 5 of us. Somebody getting extra cupcakes. The whiskers were drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Does he think, do you like my cupcake? Do you like my cupcakes? Cupcakes. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Oh, she blushed. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But don't forget, you dummy. All right. I give up Natsuki's weird logic and just completely dismiss the conversation, which again is probably the smartest thing you can do with a crazy female like that. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. I need to slow down a little. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? She is so freaking creepy. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged in here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I really can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and the publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Nothing wrong with that. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. But I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting... Or not very... Edit. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, the Burl, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Don't you judge me, little girl. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walk in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books and not people. This is one of the few times that I'm actually seeing her character where she doesn't look creepy, so maybe just keep her in a book. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Okay. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh God, okay. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for something I can relate to at a minimal level. And yes, you're going to find a lot of these conversations. It doesn't matter how old you get. It doesn't matter what occupation you're in or how well-rounded person you think you are. You're going to meet someone and that person is going to start talking. You're going to be like, I've potted plants. And they're like some, botanist or something. Trust me, it's going to happen. Just roll with it. They're going to laugh at you anyway, so. In a good way, though. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Okay, you are the dangerous one. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't You Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I am not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. One of these days I'm going to butcher that name. I'm doing pretty good so far. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I hope to God this game does not actually make me write poetry. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, the Birdle? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Roberto, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? You don't. This is psychological leverage. Trust me, I know how this works. I have children. This is how this works. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. It looked like all four at the same time to me. Yes, I'm so happy. Sarah wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment assessment. Edit. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. I hope it just fakes me writing one. Monica looks over at me once more. The Birdle, I look forward to seeing how you can express yourself. Yeah. I really impressed the class star Monica with one of my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food. Hey, the Birdle, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sarah and I never walk home together anymore. She's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure. Might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I feel like I've just played the back cover of a DVD if this was like the summary of it. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I read the intro. There's no good fortune here. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, geez, are they really going to make me write a poem? Okay, yeah, apparently. Time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Okay, so. Oh, really? Okay, so let's pick words. Who are we going after? Where's Monica? There's only 3 of the girls down here, so apparently she may be one of those characters that, you know, like that other game I played, and yeah, I finished it after I got in trouble. You've got to go through, like, making sure you've acquired the good story ending for 4 or 5 of them before you get that last ending with one girl. So apparently I don't have options for Monica as yet, so let's pick the weirdest ones. Milk. Tragedy. Grief. Why is Bowhead there jumping every time I click one? Covet. Oh, Purplehead doing jump now. Nibble. Alright, sure. Nibble. Entropy? I want to use that in a... Ooh, lust. Let's go for all the worst things. Together. But disaster. Suicide. Oh no, whoa. Careful now. Passion again. Oh, wait a minute. We're getting things like the skirt was fluffy. It gave me a sensation. She gave me eyes of judgment. It caused me to feel shame. But it was wonderful. And she giggled. And I felt sticky. It was a treasure. And then I'm just going to pick Doki Doki, so, you know. I have no idea what I've just done. Okay, I've wrote probably the world's most offensive poem, so let's get home with it. Hi again, the Birdle. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, the Birdle. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Was that a threat? Little girl? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. Manga is literature. Make no mistake, there are some great mangas out there. I've read a few. And the few that I've read from trade paperback 1 through the end. So, they're good. Don't worry, guys. The Birdle always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room's so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. God, don't look at me like that when you say that. How come you and the Birdle can be good friends too? Don't give me away. Is that Sayori? Airhead. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situations you just put me into. Oh, Yuri, he even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, and so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. You make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Hurry, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you have to think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book that Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. That was me in high school every year, all year long. I could probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem lame compared to all of the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get the people to show up here in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Oh God, look at that face. It's like she can see the food without even knowing what it is yet. Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. Cupcakes. So that works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. I so relate to her right now. My creative tummy. I've created quite the tummy. Being creative. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason that I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things, and I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Hi. You got awful close there, friend. I open my eyes, find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair like I just nearly did. Okay. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? Because if so, I need to know. You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. Or seem so loud. I glance over to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all around here. Huh? I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's the toothpaste stain on the collar right there. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But no one will ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's ever going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't care about that. Obviously. Hey, you mean... Yeah, I'm mean. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Huh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy when we're like this. Aren't you? Okay, I can already tell which way the points in this game are swinging. I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Okay, yeah. You'd be surprised at how long a guy can be oblivious about something. Does the thing even fit you properly? Did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway. You look much better now, so... why does this feel strange to see Sayori's blazer unbuttoned buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Oh, at least we didn't have to redraw all the art. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't ever let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all the embarrassing things. Huh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Wait a minute, I said earlier in this game that I was a man of my word. That's gonna suck a little later. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning? You're doing it again, Sayori. I was joking that time. That's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! The Birtle. I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Oh. Lovely. Monica and Sayori enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Big first major decision of this game. Well, I'm already leaning towards Sayori in the game. I lost. Sorry, guys. You gotta play. You gotta play by the rules if you play. So I'm going to show this to Monica first. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed so eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, the Birtle. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring these things up. I'm much better off with just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I kind of guess I have to. Don't worry, the Birtle. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. Why is it when she leans forward, the front of her skirt flares up? Anyway, but it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Yeah, I knew to go to you first. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I don't think any of the words that I chose were too gentle. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. I hate that confident look. That very arrogant, confident look. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best kind of way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but always help you find what suits you the most. Okay, you're my guardian at this point, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, music changed. I like that. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It was just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That's really not bad. I like it. And music went right back, right in time with it too. So, what do you think? Oh, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Dude, do not screw this up. She's the hard-to-get character, probably. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Dude! Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could just say that I've had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Well, it's cool. Probably a dream or something. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, and I am too. I am really nervous to talk about deep stuff around a lot of other people, so... because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh, we get Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it fit perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. And that's my writing advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, she said it was perfect for Sayori, so let's try it out on her. Oh my goodness. This is so good, the Birdle. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm pretty sure Yuri's opinion has got to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you just don't like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm not sure that's part of it. I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's the Birdle poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean that I'll break my promise. See, like I said before, the Birdle, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. But then again, can't deny she's part of the reason that I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I want to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? I read the beginning of this. That the warnings that I'm worried because there's nothing like that in any of this yet. That would be my way of thanking. Oh, you're gonna find a way to thank me, huh? All right, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. Ooh, with a flute. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Me too. But I can eat breakfast at any time. I mean... Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer to just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be so mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Oh my God, yes. High five to you, girl. We share that pain. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I look forward to it. I guess. I look forward to it. Oh, I'm going to get to show them to everybody. Let's go with Yuri because Natsuki's not liking me. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. No. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Oh my God, she thinks I'm an idiot. Hold on. We're going to be taking constructive criticism. Let's do that in a very comfortable position on the chair, so if she hits me hard, I'll just roll. Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's it's that bad. Oh. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I can't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finishes her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things with that creepy-ass grin you've got going right there. That's that creepy grin. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if you're apologizing to me, herself, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Plucked strings. With the flute. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. She must have a Flickr account. I'll mention this like Tinder for teens. I don't know. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. And it wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, the Burl. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her past remaining place of comfort, on her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? Like I have a choice. Natsuki, you are not a choice. You are a lack of options, dear. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your taste? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Oh, I love this. Eagles can fly is the title. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, and owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's insecurities. I can read that one a mile away. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your messages any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. You have no idea. Reading out loud for me was not necessarily the funnest thing. If I did my work, I was so intensely and insanely nervous. If I didn't do my work, I just went up there and BS'd every bit of it. With the teachers really should have learned that when that if I walked up to the front of the classroom and I was just gusto and I was talking about my subject with great ferocity, I hadn't cracked a book. I'd probably been on my guitar until 3 o'clock in the morning and then killed off to bed because that was me. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Sadly. That's pity. Oh, look at her. She did. The longest word there was only like 7 letters long. Oh. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. I was looking for suggestions. I'd have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and the Birtle did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Oh, I'm sensing a cat fight. And the bird liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh, crap. Oh, snap. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh, I love this music. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that the Bertle appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as the Bertle started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. The Bertle, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, the Bertle. But wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our languages. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and the meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that right, the Bertle? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they're really going to think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Natsuki. Yuri. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting's making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? The Bertle. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they've always been. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. It makes 2 of us? You can count on me. Causing my stomach to not such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she said. Ugh. I got a knot in my stomach, not for the reason he's saying, though. If only I get a chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How'd you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. The Birtle, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was anything to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. More poetry. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems that everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded to myself with newfound determination. The Birdo, you ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hee hee. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Yeah, I'm getting fast-tracked on the default route. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? Oh, no. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, the Birtle, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but... does it really need to stop there? Well, I'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. I've done that with a couple of people in my life, once or twice, but not often. Okay, yeah, let's do this. All right, we've been playing for a while, and we're coming up on our second poem, and I'm just going to go ahead and stop here for a little while. We apparently didn't get into the gym class yet, so no chance for me to really shine doing the whole Rocky thing, but that's okay. I wasn't big on the gym in high school either, so. All right, part 2 is coming your way soon. This is turning out to be a cute little game. I'm not really sure what the warnings were for. I haven't come across anything that's... I mean, with the two of them fighting, but that's light drama at best, so not sure what's going on with it, but we'll figure it out together. Now, from my understanding, this game's been out for a while, so quite a few of you probably already know. So Rob told me that once he starts getting uploaded, once he starts doing that, to not read the comments until I'm finished with this game. The game, which I just lost again. It's been more than 30 minutes. So, you lost the game as well. If you lost, down in the comments, say you lost. You got to do it. Them's the rules. You have to let all the people around you know that you lost when you lost. So, I'm holding you to the honor system. Because we have honor in this group. All right. Thanks for showing up, and we'll see you next video. buttons here. Big mug. All right, I'm all over the screen now, so I got to cut the things off somehow. I should probably save. Oh, yay. I saved on the very first slot. And I want to quit out of the game. All the music quit. Oh, I don't even have my phone on me. Okay. I guess. Oh, let's go into Facebook. Let's see here. All right, I'm logged in. Robert, where are you? Robert! I'll just say hey. All right, I said hey. I'm really hoping he'll answer soon. I'm trying to kill the video, but I forget which button that is. Where it is. Hey. Hey. That's weird. Oh, it's probably my phone in the other room I hear dinging. Well, he's not answering me. Okay, so what do I do? It's got to be on the screen somewhere. There's file. But it doesn't say stop record. Oh, it's on the bottom. It's on the bottom.